Welcome back to the UnProvoked podcast. I don't like to say I am your host.
I am your host.
What is my name?
Like fucking,
I am your host.
That sounds like Jeopardy.
Yeah. All right. But welcome back to the UnProvoked podcast, where we talk about all things sent to provoke you and how to navigate through those things.
You heard how smooth that sounds?
It gets smoother every week.
Every time.
Gets smoother every week. Hey, friend.
Before we got on camera, we really have not seen each other.
Yeah, we haven't.
I haven't seen you since the last time we shot.
Yeah, but pause. She just gave me the. Because if I look weird, she gave me some lip plumper. My lips are doing a dance right now. It feels like peppermint and peppermint and Vicks. That's what I feel like on my lips right now. So, excuse me. But yeah, we haven't seen each other all week. We've been talking though, but we not really talking, but we speak every day. But I've been in mommy mode. My son is sick. He doesn't have COVID. They tested him for COVID today. But he's been sick since last Friday, and he's gradually gotten worse every day as far as like at nighttime. He's a kid. He's 4. So he's playing all day.
Right.
But when it's time for him to go to sleep, he's sleeping sitting the way we sitting up. Like literally sleeping like that. So I'm putting him to lay down, and he's getting up like on some don't touch me.
Yeah, it's probably easier to
so
breathe.
He's sleeping sitting up. Ooh. So when he does decide to lay down, he's like hacking and coughing. And yesterday was just too much because he's been waking up at 2:00. So I'm extremely tired. Every day since Monday, he's been waking up at 2:00. And he's been coughing. He's been coming to lay on me. Wednesday he had a fever of 103. And last night was like hard because I was up doing my hair yesterday. Yes, I'll pull it down for y'all. Hit me up on Instagram if you want your hair braided. If you're in the Jersey, New York area. Yesterday I was up late doing my hair around 1 or 2 o'clock, and he was like had coughing, but every time he went to inhale, he would cough, so he wasn't able to catch his breath.
I mean, just think about it like us as adults when we get like that cough. That shit hurts.
Yeah, so he was like hacking.
I can't even imagine that little chest.
And my mom is there, so she's like in my room. I'm in his bathroom doing my hair, and he's like hacking so much. At the same time, my mother ran out of my room. I ran out the bathroom. Like, what the fuck is going on? He all red. I'm like, bitch, I don't even know how I got my pants on. I just turned around, my pants was on. My mother said, God damn, Shanice. I'm taking my son to the hospital. And I'm like, even if he's eating sometimes, I'll be like, say something, tell mommy something, say hello, just so that I know that he can speak. But if he's ever like choking or choked up on something and he can't speak, he needs to be able to say verbally, say something back to me so I know you're okay. So I kept telling him, and he was half asleep. That's another part that like kind of fucked me up, because it's just like I can't really wake him up, and I don't know if he's like sick or if he's sleeping. Right. So it was just a long night. This morning I got up, I got like 3 hours of sleep. I got up, I took him to the emergency room. And he did really well. Like, I'm like thoroughly, he didn't know where we were going. We got there, they was like, oh, what are you here for? So I'm like, coughing, like he's coughing. He was like we get a shot.
We here for me.
He was like, I'm gonna get a shot. I'm like, no, you're not gonna get a shot. He was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get a shot. I'm like, baby, I promise. So the nurses, they come in, they took it to him. I went to Presbyterian. If you're from New York or you're not, whatever, Presbyterian is the best hospital in New York. I went to Presbyterian, and they did not fail me. Like, literally the best service in that hospital, like the best. She was like, we're going to do everything. I think it's this, even though we're going to take, and they was fast. Bitch, I couldn't even sit down in the waiting room. Like, literally, like, filling out papers, like, oh, mom, come. Mom, like, everything just went so smooth. It was so fast. And they took care of my baby so well. He was comfortable, and he hates doctors. He was so comfortable. So today was a good day.
I mean, it just goes to show your dedication to, like, you're really balancing this mom. Girl, and I'm tired. Trying to follow your dream life.
I am. I'm so tired. So hopefully
I was like really like surprised when you called me like, we still shooting? And I was like, oh wow, because I knew you had all day in the emergency room.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Because we I was talking to my mom too about your birthday, and like, this is kind of like when you dedicate yourself to something and you know it's not just you have other people involved. So I know for a fact JoJo has other shit that he could be doing. Yeah. So for me to cancel last minute on the same day is kind of inconsiderate to me. I don't really like, especially if my mom is there. Yeah. So it's just like, why wouldn't I shoot? Even if I'm tired, like I could make it here. Because it's not about me, it's about us. We're a team.
Yeah.
We're a team. Yeah. So it's just like that. And the birthday thing was a different thing. We'll talk about that off camera. But you should know what I mean by it's not just about me.
Oh. We're going to talk about it off camera.
Yeah.
That's like when somebody says, like, we got to talk, but not now. Like, the anxiety.
No.
I know it's not bad, but it's like when somebody hits you with, like, oh, we got to talk. Bitch, just talk now.
Yeah, because I just felt like it's not about me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's not like it's not like he was admitted or anything.
Yeah.
Like, he's home, he's relaxed, he's chilling. I'm able to do it. It's like I don't have an excuse other than me being tired. But that's how my week has been. So that's why I'm in pajamas, because, honey, I'm going to sleep after this. My girl has to go to work after this. So.
Also, sidebar, this merch that I'm wearing is from Nonstop Profit. Hold on.
Period.
You gotta get the whole
360, boo-boo.
So you'll have it for pre-ordering. So we'll have the link for pre-order. So if you want it, you can get it off the link. It's actually my cute. I can see myself wearing this shit.
It is.
With some sneakers.
Some dunks.
And if you know me,
shit, some Uggs. I love me a pair of Uggs.
I look like real girly girl, but I really be in sweatpants.
This is so cute.
And
it looks very comfortable.
It's so comfortable. Like inside, like feel inside.
Oh yeah, you know me. She's more girly girl. I'm more sweatsuit.
No, I don't wear sweatsuits.
No, but I'm like always this. Like always.
Like I be trying sometimes, but
yeah, I'm always.
I feel like every time I get closer to you.
But it's not you. You want to? You miss me that much? She misses me. We haven't seen each other.
Yeah.
You might as well. Right? You want to hold hands? Yeah, but that's definitely up my alley. So yes, available for pre-order. The link will be in the bio, by the way.
Look, my girl.
I'm plugging. Don't forget your trucking insurance. Oh, and
your braids.
Okay, yes. So last week, and I want y'all to watch. Short this. I want y'all to watch the full episode, because a lot of the shit that y'all be like trying to like take digs at us about, it's like you don't. I don't even get mad at it because I know you didn't watch the full episode. Yeah. I know you don't. So you're taking a piece of a clip, and then y'all be going crazy over it. So I'll be at home laughing. Like if you watch the full episode, then you would kind of understand our point. So y'all should just really watch the whole episode.
When they told me I needed a mentor.
When you told me that I had to go look for it, I had to see where I was at on TikTok.
When I was like, I want to date somebody who is like smarter than me and like that can teach me something, and like, I'm learning about X, Y, and Z. And somebody was like, I think you thought it sounded good, but what she said?
Everybody wants. I think you. So you just say that you want
a business partner.
No, you want some. That was the first one, and then the response was like, "Oh, but everybody wants to date." No, everybody wants to date somebody that's intelligent and kind or something like that. That's. I think everyone feels that way, and you spell which wrong. And and then the other person was like, "She needs a mentor." Everybody needs a fucking mentor.
No, seriously.
I have a mentor.
I feel like if we're in a relationship, you should kind of be like my mentor. You should want to guide me and to see me.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't know if they meant it as a dig or not, but there's nothing wrong with it.
No, it's not at all. It was just so funny to me because it was like we deeply spoke about it. But this week was Shanice kind of like gave me one of those like hard truths yesterday.
Was it a hard truth? Let me tell you something about that. Sidebar. I was outside, so when she texted me, Kim will call me. She didn't call me yesterday, surprisingly. So when I'm reading the messages, I'm like, fuck, why she didn't call me? Because you don't send me messages like that. Mm-hmm. So she's sending me the messages, and I'm not responding super quick because I was like in the middle of something. And then after I took care of my business, I went home to pick up my son. So I had a little bit of time to actually text you what I text you. That was a hard truth.
I mean, not like it's like you didn't throw a dig at me, but it was like a hard truth in the sense of like.
I feel like you hard on yourself.
Yeah.
I feel like you make yourself hard on yourself. You don't have to be.
This week I had like a lot of weird feelings. I want to say they're weird Because it's like, I spoke about it last time. Like, I feel like I'm exactly where I'm at. But then it's like, wheels aren't turning. Or like certain
like
things are
missing.
It's not that I feel like something else is. I don't feel like something is missing. I feel like I have to constantly bring myself back to an area of like my faith needs to be bigger than my fear. Because like I was having a conversation with my therapist and she was like, as much as we're scared of like bad things happening, she's like, there's an area that you can be scared of the good things going on in your life. So it made me like reflect of like when things are going so good, it's almost like, you know that saying like, oh, it's too good to be true?
I never say that.
Because it's like, why do we feel that way? You know, like, why do we feel like certain things are too good to be ours?
Yeah.
And I have a bad habit of like, there was a point in life I had everything and I lost everything. Like, my childhood was picture perfect for some, and then it was like the rug got like snatched from underneath me. So when everything is going good, I feel like I can't enjoy it because I'm like waiting for the shoe to drop.
That's like living with anxiety all the time.
All the time. And it's like, so that's why I say like I have these constant conversations with myself, because even like when it came to work, I'm like, okay, things aren't moving. But then it's like we have to have real conversations within ourselves and I had to have a conversation like, are you doing enough? If you don't like the outcome of what's going on
when
right now.
When did you have this conversation?
With myself? Yeah. All week.
Why?
Battling. Me and my...
All right, so this is like not even like podcasting. This is literally me and her talking because we haven't seen each other all week. I don't understand why you feel that way if from the last time we shot, so much has been going on. Good, like in a good way.
Yeah, it's because so like I have been having these talks with myself. Remember during my birthday, I was like, I know I haven't put in 100%. So I feel like I can't blame everything that's going on other things other than myself. Like I haven't put 110% into things. And last week, things were moving. Like, things are still, like I said, they're perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. But it was more so like, are you doing what you should be doing? Like, I have a bad habit of, like, pushing things a little bit. Or, like, I have time to do that. Or I have time to do that all day.
And if only you knew what the fuck was going on in my life right now, bitch. I don't have time, and I'm pushing it.
Like,
so I get it.
Oh, if I have time. So I push things back, and it's like, you wake up, and you're like, okay, now... what am I really doing? So, like, I'm trying to learn how to, like, utilize my day better.
I don't understand. I think you being hard on yourself. Because everything from when we shot last time, after the cameras went off me, I want to speak correct. You and I and JoJo had a conversation. And from then, even speaking to you throughout the week, things have been elevating slowly, but things have been
Only person in the world that wants their
alarm as my thing. Here, or my sound on.
Right. Like, my sound be off all day. I don't care. Don't.
All the cameras just always wants to be on me. I don't know why. But I feel like what the fuck is going on? Things have been going in like the upward spiral. I feel like things have been going in an upward spiral, and I, much like what I said to you in the text, you are creating something in your head. Like, it is too good to be true. So now you're making it something when it's nothing. Like, you are really living with it's too good to be true. So I got to find a flaw in what's going on. You got to kind of just take a step back and enjoy what's happening and feel what's happening, because Kim, is nothing wrong. There's literally nothing wrong.
You know, I feel like sometimes we talk so openly about like healing, and I openly speak about how like my life changed and it was nothing but blessings and things have been good ever since. But then it's like, reality is that as much as you can heal and as much work as you do to yourself, there's still going to be days or weeks that your old self is battling your new self. And I feel like I'm having... and it's not even just this past week. I've been having it for like a few weeks where it's like my old self, like my old beliefs and my old habits is battling with like who I'm trying to be.
That's going to be forever though. And I feel like until you are like, I heard that this wasn't sounding here, right?
I think it's outside.
JoJo ready, right, JoJo? I feel like it's always gonna be that until you have a schedule.
First off, this wine.
I don't know what it is, but I love it.
It's Roscato Fire.
Where the fuck did you even get that from?
What?
You didn't get it from over there.
My fridge.
Oh, girl. I'm like, you didn't go to. We have a bar. Period. I'm about to say you didn't go to the bar.
No, I put it in my fridge because I was drinking it.
I love it. This is like so amazing. But I feel like until you're at a place where you are constantly moving, and your schedule is like consistent, you have too much time to think about what could go wrong, what you're doing wrong.
But even in that sense, it's like I want to be able to have free time and my mind be free.
But it's not even that about free time. It's like when you start doing what you love, it ain't going to even be about free time. It's like, let me get up and I'm excited to do it.
And like, that's how I feel. Like,
when's the last time you've been excited to do something? To wake up and be like, oh, I can't wait to do this. Me too. No, I'm lying. Because once I started, so I reopened my hair business, is BellaSupreme.com, BellaSupremeBeauty.com. And doing that, no lie, 2 days ago, I was literally crying on my computer. Like, why isn't this working? Like, I was so frustrated. Like, why can't I get this to work? Like, so mad. And then once I like figured out what was wrong, I was like, okay, I'm happy again. Because like, I literally love the challenge. It's like your baby. It's my baby. So it's just like, now I'm excited again.
I mean, I'm definitely excited. Like, when I talk about work and I talk like about my future plans, I'm very excited. Like, I feel myself thriving in this area. But it's like, you know, when it's like, I guess it's just like you're having conversations with yourself. It's like, I know those feelings can come into fruition. That's the word. But now it's like I'm battling that fear of like, oh no, it's not going good because you don't belong here. You know, like, I really battle these fears. It's like it's like for years, like you're like filled up with light bulbs, right? Mm-hmm. And then for years, somebody like turns off, like something somebody says or like a way of thinking somebody like puts upon you. Mm-hmm. Each light is getting turned off. And then it's like, now I'm doing the healing, so I'm turning these lights back on to bring the light back in myself. So things like my thoughts aren't so negative. So now I'm relighting myself. Mm-hmm. I'm bringing my light back to my life. But it's still so hard when so many lights were dimmed for you. Yeah. It's not like I did it myself. Like, this was now, you know why they call it like shadow work? Like, you're now going in that dark place and you're reparenting, you're reteaching yourself things. Mm-hmm. So when I start to have these thoughts, I literally have to tell myself, like, this is just a fear-based mentality. Like, you know, sometimes, like, somebody told you, like, things are too good to be true. Like, that's not true. Like,
it's not true. I never say that. Never ever tell yourself that. Two things I never say is it's too good to be true, and what's the worst that can happen. Those words do not live in my vocabulary, because guess what? When you think it's too good to be true, it probably is. Mm-hmm. And if you think that what's the worst that can happen, oh, no, not what's the worst that can happen. It can't get no worse than this. That does not live in my vocabulary, because every time you say it can't get no worse than this, let me show you. The devil is going to show you that it can. So those are things that I just don't say. I kind of just be like, I just kind of pray about it.
Right.
I just pray about it.
And that's what I'm trying to do now. Like, I got back into, journaling. And even like I spoke to my therapist, and I'm like, at one point, like in the beginning of the year when I went like full throttle on it, I was reading a book or two a month. Yeah. I was doing certain things. I was waking up early every day to have a routine in the morning. Now I'm like, I snooze my alarm a little too much. Like, there's certain things that I know, like, you're lacking discipline. Like, you're lacking discipline. And I'm getting comfortable. So it's more so I'm having meetings with myself, like, get that comfort out and do what you need to do, because this right here, this is your year. How you said, like, there's no room to fail. I can't fail in this area. So I just feel like my plans are so big. So good.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I don't really feel like, I understand everything you're saying, because I was going through that all of last week. Like, last week was last week was a really hard, not hard. It was hard because it was like, okay, if I'm telling myself, like, listen, put everything on and get in the field, like, do what you got to do, and get the ball rolling. Throw shit at the wall, see what sticks. So having my hands on so many pots, I had a day last week when I was just like, oh, I'm tired. This week, as a matter of fact, I'm talking about last week. This week, in between when we shot last and now, it's just like, I'm tired. I really don't want to do anything. Like, being on my computer for 10 hours, like, my eyes hurt. I don't even want to look at my phone. Like, it's just like, I don't want to do anything. And it's like, there you go, you're starting. Starting, there go your bullshit, making an excuse, get up and do it. And it's just like, for instance, like, my ads wasn't working out the way I needed it to do. Like, now I'm in review 3 times this week. It's just like, yo, I'm fucking tired. I'm about to just give up. But it's like, it's so much easier to just be like, fuck it, I'm not doing that shit. I'm just stay with whatever I'm doing.
Yeah, because
so easy.
There's comfort in staying in the same place.
That's all it is.
Like,
is comfort.
Challenging yourself to move forward. Even like the conversation I said, like Shanice gave me a hard truth about is like dating, right? I had a whole conversation last week that I was like, I just feel like I'm too busy to date. Like, I'm building myself and things like that. But on the other side, when I think deeper of it, I'm like, am I scared to date? Am I scared to put myself out there because I feel like there's certain things like I didn't work through? So now it's like, even little things, like I know I've accepted less than the energy I put into myself. Mm-hmm. Like my standards of like what I feel I deserve and what I feel like I'm manifesting in a man, I can openly admit that I've definitely accepted less than that. And it's, again, having a conversation with yourself, like you're requiring certain things for this future person, but why not start now? Like, why are you not implying that now? Like, my old self versus my new self. Like, I know what my boundaries are. Why are you not sticking to them? Mm-hmm. Why are you so scared if you like set certain boundaries down with certain people that they're not going to like that? Well, I need to continuously choose me, how I speak about. So it's like, I know what I need to do, but it's implementing it and like battling with myself. It's
comfort. Everything is really about comfort. Because just like, it's so much easier to just be like, whatever, fuck it, I'm gonna just let it die out. Until when the flame dies out, then it is what it is. Instead of just putting that shit out yourself because you're a little scared of touching the fire. But suppose you gotta do what you gotta do. Right. Because clearly, I could tell, even like off camera, I could tell it's something that you just want to do, and you just like, oh God, I don't want to deal with it. I know, my friend. But yeah, you can't be scared, girl. You better put your hands in that fire. Put it out. Put it out.
Yeah. I mean, like, I always say, like, sometimes I've stood in areas because I was too scared of the outcome, or, like, I'll trick we trick ourselves. But, again, that ain't nothing but the devil, like, telling you can't do something, like, or not to go the right way when you know, like, that's the way you're supposed to go. Mm-hmm. So it's just like a lot of like different things like that. Like overall, I feel this uncomfortable feeling, how, when I used to say it to you, like I know this uncomfortable feeling brews into great things. Mm-hmm. Like I know what I'm feeling. Like I'm going to wake up one day and be like, absolutely not. Everything I claim to be mine is mine. I just had to like check myself about a few things. Like don't do all this work and put so much time in and then go against what you're going for. Mm-hmm. So it was just one of those things.
How you feel now?
Now?
Still working on yourself.
Yeah. I feel like there's certain things I still need to do. Like today, I made it a point like every single day to like read a part of a book. And like today I didn't. So it's like I'm still trying. Mm-hmm. Like I'm still, there's certain things like I'm still working on. I'm
still working on me.
One thing about it, we gonna sing.
And I'm coming back better for you. Is it for you or for me? For you? Come on now, I'm gonna listen to that. Yeah, how does it go?
You want me to put it on for you?
My selfishness and your selflessness that I took advantage of. That's my song. First of all, big Drake fan. Big Birkin. No, but yeah. I'm still, whenever I feel like that, what's so crazy? Whenever I feel like I'm working on me, that pops in my head. I'm still working on me. But I am though. Like we both working on ourselves, and two totally, not even totally different.
Like
things.
that's the thing too. It's like I don't want to sit here and be like, we did all this work and we healed and we have all this advice. Bruh, the shit is hard. Like
I told y'all 3 episodes ago, I am healing. I am trying. We are trying. Y'all are trying to figure it out. So are we. Every day.
Every single day, I have to make a conscious decision. Who are you going to be today? Are you going to be the new self that you aim to be? Or are you going to be the old self and just fall comfortable of what you were? That didn't work for me. Yeah. For 27 years, the old self got you nowhere happy. So let's try something new. Like
it is so uncomfortable. It feels like you trapped.
You feel like you're a different person.
You feel like you trapped in like this box, and you
like
just trying to like
actual you is trapped.
Yeah, there's this song I can't pronounce her name. It's a gospel song by Bree. I gotta ask Nicole. And it's called "Make Me Over." I cry every time I listen to this song because that's for the last 2 weeks.
I always be crying.
Yo, like I've been feeling just like the song. It's like "Make Me Over" again. That's how it goes. Please make me over. That's what the song is saying. I need a brand new start. Like that's how I've been feeling for the past 2 weeks. Like I feel like everything has been crumbling. Everything has been going wrong. And everything is like starting over, but not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way.
It just feels like I'm uncomfortable because it's something I'm supposed to be doing differently.
When I feel like this, it's almost like guilt because I'm like, bro, I am in the best position of my life. Like I am in the happiest moments of my life. And I am struggling because this new me that I know is breaking through, I am literally in the boxing ring with my old self. Like, that's really how it feels.
I'm just in a place of like...
It feels like you're a prisoner in your own mind.
I'm uncomfortable, but like in a way that I know I should be embracing I should be thankful for, because it's just like, okay, I'm uncomfortable because now I know this is God telling me like, all right, you asked for me. Yeah, you asked for me to remove this and to do that for you. This is what it feels like. Remember now you got to kind of just shake out of it.
That thing where it's like the most powerful prayer I ever prayed was, God, remove any of these relationships if they're not for me. And you really lose those relationships. It's like you need to be prepared when you pray for something like that. Mm-hmm. You need to be prepared when you pray over God removing what's not for you, because it's like, you may feel like, no, God, not that one. Meanwhile, you were blinded the whole time because that's really what had to go.
I'd be like, God, please remove it from my life peacefully. And that and that phone won't ring. And I'd be like, well, what the? Okay, well, I asked.
But then, okay, I asked. For that, right? So then your phone doesn't ring. Now, again, the new self versus old self. Old self is feeling of neglect or abandonment. So what do? You pick up the phone and you make the phone call.
No, I don't. Let me tell you what happens. For me, God remove it. The phone won't ring. Things start to get very blissful and very peaceful. Now here's the trigger. They call. What do? I answer.
So then it's like you get tested.
I get tested every time and I fail every time. That's how it is for me. It's like I'll be like, all right, I asked God for this, and if it's not working out, whatever. Like whatever it is in life. And then it's just like, all right, I make peace with it. Soon as I make peace with it, soon as I'm cool with it, it comes back. And it's just like I totally forget.
You praying for the sign is a sign. Yeah. It's like, and I got everything I prayed for. Yep. But when it happens, I was crying about it. Mm-hmm. But you were like, Kim, you were praying for this. Yeah, like, you were praying for something to happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen the way you wanted it to happen, but it happened. Yep. That praying for a sign, if you're going to pray for a sign, you need to be able to receive what's on the end of that prayer. Because you might ask God to remove things and you're really not ready for it to be removed.
Mm-hmm. You was asking. I'm like, girl.
Because you asked what they say. You ask and he shall deliver. Yep. Like, you ask and he will deliver what you're asking for, but are you ready for it? And that's what I meant. Like, God, I asked you for this job. Was I ready to be disciplined? The answer is no. Mm-hmm. So it's like you giving me everything I prayed for. You gave me a job I prayed for. You give me abundance that I prayed for. You allowed me to be able to afford something I wasn't able to afford at one point. You giving me all these things. Am I doing what I'm supposed to do with the blessings that you gave me? And that's where I started to feel guilty. Like, no, I haven't been the best I could be. No, I haven't put 100% in. That's why after my birthday, I've been on like go, because it's like I had that conversation with myself. Like, you want all these things and you pray for all these things, but you're standing in your own way.
Mm-hmm. That's how it be though. But I from the outside looking in, I could see the difference though. I see the wheels turning. Toots. Yeah, don't be hard on yourself. You really hard on yourself, but you should be. But don't be so hard on yourself that you're not like, all right. Just sometimes you gotta be like, all right, I could do this a little better, but I did get this done. Yeah. So for every time you
it's like we talked about like the whole like being a black sheep thing or like things like that, and it's like I try really not to fall victim to like start like names that were like put on you or like, oh, I'm black sheep, and it's like, no, you aren't. Like, like I don't try to think like that, but it's like I always from younger felt this like extreme need to be able to succeed because I knew succeeding wasn't what was normally like looked upon for me. So
feel like everybody thought you was gonna fail.
Yeah.
And you succeeded. So
like I remember at one time like somebody was like, oh yeah, like I thought you would be pregnant first.
Somebody told me that in high school, like, oh girl, you were supposed to be pregnant by now.
And I'm like, why would you think that?
Certain shit I just don't be caring about. Somebody really told me that, like, oh, you supposed to, after high school. Somebody I went to high school with after high school, like 3-4 years later, like, damn, I thought you'd be pregnant by now. You supposed to be pregnant by now. I was like,
that's what they used to say to me. I'm like, but why? Like, why?
People just be chatting. I don't even be paying that shit no mind. Ain't no money coming behind that you talking about, so please. Stupid shit.
Like, so just like little things like that, I just feel like that's what always put like this like battery in my back. Like, oh no, you have to do it because, and that's another thing. It's like, again, old self versus new self. Before you do things to impress others, I no longer want to impress others. I want to impress myself. Like, I want to be happy.
I did that.
Yeah, like, I want to be happy and do all the things for myself rather than to prove to somebody else. Like, I used to even have that issue with my ex. And it's like doing X, Y, and Z to prove to him that, like, oh, I was able to do it because I was hurt. And, like, you said all these things about me, but look at me. I don't want to live for nobody else. I don't want to care about what somebody else thinks. Like, I just want to live authentically to me. Like, my decisions. Like, even this. Like, this is hard because it's, like, being authentically yourself in front of people, allowing people to come in and have something to say in very vulnerable situations. And vulnerability is very hard for me.
Yeah. It was for me, too. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do this podcast. It's just not going to work out. I already don't even like people that much. Sit here and have y'all in my business. Because y'all know I be on go in them comments. I be ready to just go off. I be like, I'm not going to go there with y'all today. I'm going to let y'all have this 1, 2, and 3. But I felt the same way about being vulnerable. Like, this is hard. People don't understand how hard this is. And then we in an era where everybody's like, wrap the mics up. We don't want y'all talking. So it's like, damn, like now it's just like every little dig, even when it's not even like projected at our podcast, it's just like every time somebody say something negative, it's like, damn, like they don't want to hear what we got to say. So it's just like,
so battling your thoughts, I was called to do something because I truly feel like it was a calling. Like, there's no way that certain things align the way they align and thoughts are put in your head if it's not a calling. Like, there's certain reason why pieces stick. And I feel like this was something we were both called to do. And now you're battling with that faith of like, okay, am I supposed to be doing this? Yeah. Am I not supposed to be doing like...
Some days I wake up, I'll be like, I don't want to fucking shoot this podcast. Like, honestly,
like, what the fuck are we going to talk? Like, today we have
feel like
absolutely
doing this shit.
Nothing to talk about. Yeah. But we're authentically ourselves.
Yeah. So life has been, life ain't... I'm not going to say life has been lifing, but mommying has been mommying for me this week. Everything else, I'm just taking with a grain of salt because I can't keep letting life whip my ass. I kind of got to fight back sometimes, right? So that's just how I've been on that end of the spectrum. But it'll be better. So, I don't know if Mercury is in retrograde or what's happening with the planets or whatnot, but I haven't even been on some astrology shit lately. I've really been on some praying, constantly just praying because I literally can't. I can't cry another tear. I can't be I can't afford it.
I wake up and I'm checking my horoscope. Like, I need to be waking up and reading the Bible or like praying on the Bible. Like I need to be doing something different rather than what are the moons and stars telling me about what I need to do.
When like my cousins and my sisters, they'll send it in a group chat, and like I don't even really bother reading it right now because I am into astrology. I'm not gonna lie, but right now that's just not where I am. I can't let somebody, another human on the outside who feels like they know what's going on, tell me what's going on in my life when I can feel it and I know what's happening. So for me, it's just I'm cool on it.
When you know that you have a relationship with God, it's like these feelings that we feel are very strong feelings. Like that having faith of like, no, this is what's going on. Or like knowing that around this time we need to pray more. That's literally having a strong relationship with God to know in those times is when you have to pray harder. Or we're going through we're going through turbulence right now, but not really, but like kind of.
I don't even feel like it's turbulence. I just feel like God is like,
oh, that shit really does be kicking.
Yeah. I don't even feel like it's turbulence for me right now. I feel like God is like, all right, I removed any distraction from you right now. Now I'm going to actually give you life to deal with. I don't have any distractions. So what's happening in my life right now is life. Yeah. Nothing is distracting me right now. I literally just have to get the ball rolling and I have to deal with whatever's coming my way. And I'm literally just fighting through because nothing really, I know, right? Nothing is really going to come easy. So it's just like, all right, now I have to fight through every little, I feel like right now I'm in a space where I don't have any distractions. I'm not dating anybody. I'm not going outside. We outside. I'm not a city girl. I'm not like in any of those elements in life. So whatever's happening with my life right now is just life. So you got to kind of fight through it. I know that I have to kind of just fight through it and deal with it because nothing is going to come easy. So if it was a straight and narrow walk to success, we all would have been there by now. So right now I'm literally like up and down. It's like, all right, I could be dealing with every personal thing that's going on in my life and I could put all the business stuff that we talked about last week to the side and I'll deal with it when no. So right now I'm literally juggling what's happening in my life, my sick kid, getting my websites up, helping the people that I was helping last week, doing my fucking, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's not a straight and narrow path. It is not at all. And it's just like, it's life. There's exactly no distractions.
How you said it is like, if success was so easy and if success didn't come with no hardships, everybody would be successful.
Oh.
Like sometimes we allow our brains we could all be successful, but
gotta put that work in.
We gotta put that work in, and it's like you need to be able to be strong enough to fight your mind during it.
You know how like easy how you said, to go to sleep all day?
There's certain life events that you can't avoid right now. You can't avoid your son getting sick. You can't avoid certain things happening. You can't avoid what's going to happen on a day-to-day basis. But what you could control are your actions towards it. So it could have been easy for you to give up in the beginning of the week when he started to be sick and just push it off, how you said. And it's like, you know, that's what I feel like.
And that's not even like my biggest hurdle right now. I got like so much other, even with my car. Like it'd be a bunch of little shit, but I'm not letting anything right now control my narrative.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me right now. Like no matter what it is. Cause I look at everybody around me and what they go through and how they handle it. So for me right now, it's like I have all these little things that's happening. I could literally just stay home and stay in my bed and go to sleep and sleep through it all. No, I get up. I still do what I gotta do. Now I'm up even later. Like if I wasn't doing my hair yesterday, I would have been up on my computer trying to figure out what the fuck was going on with my ads campaigning. Like, but I couldn't do it. I'm like, yo, all right, got 3 things to do. Take care of your kid, clean your house, the ad campaigns, and finish your hair. I had to finish my hair because I knew we had to work today. So it's just like, I've been running around a fucking baseball cap or a headscarf. I don't like that. I need my hair to be done, but I've been really busy in the aspect of getting what I need to get done on my computer, like actually taking care of my business. It would be so much easier for me to be like, I'll do that shit later. I'm just finish my hair. I'll do that. No, I'm literally juggling everything because I know, all right, God is giving me all this stuff. He's throwing it at me and I'm catching it. I'm not even dodging it no more. I'm literally just catching it and I'm just handling it. You know, so that's it. That's life. I'm cool.
I feel like that's what I need to, not that I haven't been doing that. I feel like I have been I definitely feel like I've been trying harder than I was before. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I could go harder. Yeah. There's certain things I could be doing.
Yeah, I know for certain I could go a little harder, but it's just like, And I'm happy that I don't have any distractions right now. Like, I'm not, like, dating for me is such a big
battling thing. Too, because it's like, I don't have any big distractions, but they're like small distractions. Mm-hmm. Like, working in the bar is not a distraction, but it's also like I have to now, my mind is not fully on one thing all the time where it needs to be, Mm-hmm. So it's like a lot of like little things like that. So it's like dating, I spoke about it. We both spoke about it, that it's like, we're so busy, like we don't have time to date, which is true. And then the other part of me is like, I feel like I'm still scared, and I feel like I'm still healing from certain things that I needed to be honest with myself about. Like, are you really over certain things? Are you really okay? Are you really, fixing this issue about yourself? Like, it's easy when you're in a relationship to focus on that person's bad. Mm-hmm. And so you have to, like, look in the mirror and be like, all right, let's not talk about what his actions were to make things wrong. Like, let's talk about what my actions were, because I'm going to be the same person in the next relationship. Whether they do what he did or not, I'm still going to do what I did, because I was too busy focusing on what he did than to fix me.
Right.
So I feel like that's something, that was the conversation.
I feel like sometimes, like, and I don't want to go too deep into relationships because I feel like we're talking about men a lot, but I feel like a lot of times, do you ever, I don't know how many relationships you really have, but do you ever look at any situation that you've been in, like dating, and be like, he complained about this, he complained about this. Like, they all complained about the same thing about me. Is it the same issue? Mm-hmm. It is?
Mm-hmm. That's why I said that the other day somebody said something to me and it hit me, and I'm like, that's my issue. Like, I can openly admit
Could you point out the trigger? Like, what's triggering it?
Uh-huh. If things, like, if I can catch myself and it starts to feel a little unsafe, like how we talked about the phone thing, that's something normal. Why do you feel so unsafe in it? But I know I have a fear of abandonment. Mm-hmm. So in my sick little head, I leave people before they can leave me. Mm-hmm. Although that's not ultimately what I want to do, I feel like out of survival, that's what I choose to do. Mm-hmm. Like, to survive and to protect myself and to protect, like, being vulnerable and, like, allowing somebody to see me hurt. I'd rather just be like, all right, so fuck you then. Mm-hmm. And come off so tough and strong and aggressive. And it's like, in reality, I wanted to be like, you are hurting me. Like, you're hurt. But those words to come out are too hard.
It's hard to do because you're so crazy. I thought about this the other day. Being vulnerable with somebody, not even being vulnerable with somebody. Sometimes you can be vulnerable. I don't know why I thought about this, but sometimes you can trust somebody enough to be vulnerable with them, and they shit on you and they do exactly what you were scared of, and then it just makes it worse for the next person. It's just like, damn, like, I really want to tell you, like, that hurt my feelings, but it's one or two things you're gonna do. You're gonna fix it, or you're gonna take that as a weakness and you're gonna use it. So it's just like, or when you first, like how they say when you first start talking to somebody and you be like, some people say, like, oh, you never tell them about your issues or whatever happened with your ex because they use that against you. So it's just like, now I'm starting to believe that. Like, I you really don't, like, you really can't tell certain people. Like, when you first meet somebody, you want to be honest and you want to build a connection. You want to see where it goes. But then it's just like, you really can't be too transparent
because then it's like, and then there's situations that happen, right? And then they feel like because they're not doing what your ex did, they're so much better. Like, oh, well, I ain't beat you, but you're cheating on me. Yeah. Like, you get me? It's like, one is not better than the other.
Yeah, it's just like if, for example, and it's just a general example, you could be like, oh, well, me and my ex didn't work out because we just had differences mm-hmm. in finances, or we had differences in the way we wanted to build our home. Mm-hmm. So now you're going to say, oh, you want to build your home like this? All right, bet, let's do it. Oh, this is how you this is how you work the finances. So then now that we like, oh, I bet we together. Now you're doing everything that you want to do because you're like, all right, fuck it. This is what you want to do. I'm going to just say it. It's just like so hard to be honest. And
but even that's like when they say never tell a man, like never tell a man all the things you like me.
Oh,
the flowers,
yeah.
right? Never be like, oh my God, like I love flowers and I love places like this and I love, because now you're giving the blueprint of, so in your head you're like, oh my God, he bought me flowers, and oh, girl, you told him. So if he was just trying to get some, whatever the case may be,
buy his bitch some flowers.
yeah, like
Blue.
Easy kill, like you get me, like
do it for 3 days,
right? Like I already heard everything you like, so now let me love bomb you. Now let me do all the things I know you like, because it's gonna get me somewhere. So now
it's pouring. God, I can't wait to sleep. But
this
no,
is like a perfect night.
That's very true. And you know what I know, like, not notice, but here's something that you should look out for. Remember how I always say when we leave out of our building, so when we leave out of our building, you can go left or you can go right. If you go left, it's like it's now construction because they're building something. But before that, it was like an abandoned, like it was like a lot of space.
It was like a lot.
So if you go left, you see the lot. Now, if you go right, we have this great view of a golf course. It like overlooks the water. It's so beautiful. So I told her, like, I like to sometimes go right because I like to go to the view. I like to see the view, even though going left is quicker. So the last person that I was, not the last person, but my boyfriend before, he would sometimes leave out the building, and when we pulled out, he would go right just because he knew I liked the view. And then he would not like certain songs I would like and he would hate. And then when we get in the car, it would come on. I'd be like, you don't even like this song. He'd be like, but you do. That is shit that I pay attention to now. Yeah. Not what, I like flowers, so you buy me flowers. You doing something like literally making that right. That's a big deal to me, because it's like, damn, like you really paid attention. You paid attention and you knew that's something that I cared about. Say,
like, I need a man that's attentive because I'm attentive.
Yeah.
Like, little things. Like, Shanice will tell me that she likes something. Oh, okay. For example, she wanted a pink chair. I had a black chair that I had extra for like a desk, but she wanted a pink chair. So one day, randomly, I decided I went to Burlington. This is like, now we're talking about months that we talked about this pink chair. I was in Burlington. I saw the pink chair. So I called her instantly. And I'm like, look, your chair. She's like, oh, you remembered. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, of course. Yeah. But I'm very attentive. Like, you got to tell me one time what you like, and I'll do it consistently.
What's my favorite in Starbucks right now?
The fucking pumpkin spice.
She loves me. Yeah. Oh, toots.
What you going to do when it's not pumpkin season?
I was worried about that.
You know what's actually really good? The white chocolate mocha.
I drink that all the time. Oh. Fuck that. I need this pump. I'm like really like going in with this pumpkin. But you are very attentive. You are. And that's why you need somebody to reciprocate that.
Yeah. So it's like, you know what your love language is?
I don't think I don't know where that falls under, but everything that I just said is music is my love language. And I know that's not like a category for that. But so I connect with people through music heavily.
You know who said that too? Britt.
I do heavily, like, on music. Like, if we could sit there,
I think Britt wants to come in next week. Bet. So we had to. That's something that y'all could really talk. I don't connect with people. I
connect through music so heavy. It's just like when. You
remember when JoJo told us to listen to that song?
What's the Rod Wave song?
Yeah, and we didn't listen to it.
Yeah. How you know we didn't listen? I didn't listen to it. It was in the group chat.
We both didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to it till the other day.
I hate Rod Wave. It's a video of him I gotta watch too. Now, I don't hate him. Let me not say I hate him, but it's just too. I'm already battling with my own emotion. I can't sit here and listen to you tell me how sad we are.
So in the one part, he was like, "Y'all would like this, right?" Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna play it.
We would like.
Can I play it? Oh, okay.
Will we like it?
I ended up listening to it and I liked it.
He not depressed no more? Right, remind me when it's go off to watch that video. It's a video of him that I didn't watch.
That fell. He fell backwards.
He fell. Oh God, see that.
Or like he put himself. Yeah.
Oh God, I gotta see it. I'm like, I think this is gonna be so funny. I'm gonna wait till I'm home to watch it. But when we come out this storm, I'm probably gonna cry when I listen to that.
What? That's what I was in the car the other day and I was driving and I was like, I don't know what made me just listen to the song. I'm like, he told me to listen to it. I'm going to listen to it. Meanwhile, he told us to listen to it.
I'm like that, though. I'll be like, oh, shit, JoJo said a song. And that's how I am.
Like, he told us to listen to this, like, a month and a half ago. Yeah. So I put this on, and at first, like, the beginning didn't hit me. The ends when it was like, dear God, I thank you for, you gave us everything that we prayed for, and then it was like, you really kept the devils away from us.
You made a way for us.
And then you really made a way for us. I, like, instantly wanted to cry. Because I'm like, first, us, like, that's relatable to us, because if only people knew behind the scenes of what we went through in the past year together, like, this apartment was we was dealing with emotions. Like, this apartment, her apartment, we was going back and forth, just really just trying to find a way. And when it started clicking, it's like, wow. And then the other part was, like, me and him. Like, you know, all odds was against us. Like, losing our dad to drugs. Like, prior to us that, you know, losing him to drugs is, like, our parents split. Like, my dad's, like, got arrested when we were young. Like, he was in every news channel. Like, there was so many things. And it's like, if only y'all knew what we really went through and still remain positive to today, that's nothing but God. Because who else can get through that?
Yeah. I'm telling you, some people, like, that's why you see people, I don't know, but I know for us inner city people, it's harder to see people, like, down and out, like, randomly. So when you in the city, it's like they literally holding the doors, holding the check action place doors. So it's like some people really don't beat the odds, bro. Like, they really, I had a guy I went to school and I couldn't believe he was asking me to buy milk for his daughter. It was like 4 years ago. I'll never forget it because I was so baffled by it. It's like, yo, some people really don't come out of that shit on the other side, bro. They let that shit eat them up. So you really got to take heed to what you're saying and, like, really big yourself up. Like, some people really crack under that shit. So it's important to really.
That's what it's like. I always have to have that, like, constant reminder and that constant talk to us. Like, you went through storms. Mm-hmm. You went through storms, but you came out of them. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I could honestly say, like, I don't feel like I am what I went through. Like, I'm not a mean person. Like, even how we said, like, I'm attentive. Like, I just want to love people that are in my life as hard as I can possibly love them, because I know what it felt like to lose somebody I loved. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have the best relationship with him before he died. Like, I was very mean to him because I was hurt. And like how I said earlier, it was easier for me to be mean and not talk to him instead of just being like, your drug addiction is hurting me. Mm-hmm. Like, the way you act while you're on drugs is hurting me. Like, I feel like you're ruining our family. We're gonna lose you. And I just never said that. Like, I was just mean. Like, I was so mean to him. Like, and I don't need you. Like, if this is what you're gonna be, I don't need you. But I did need him. Mm-hmm. Like,
at that age, you're not thinking.
You know, like, now it's like I value even, like, my platonic relationships. Like, if something were to happen, like, if me and you were to go into an argument, I would never be like, well, I don't need her. No, I need, like, that is my friend. Mm-hmm. Like, that is somebody I considered my sister. She has gotten me through the hardest times. I do need you. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to, like, check myself of, like, acting like I don't need people. Yeah. Like, I know I have that habit. You know how you said, like, multiple people tell you the same thing? Like, I know I have a habit of just being like, all right, so go then. Acting like I don't care. And deep down, I care heavily.
Yeah, well, at the age that you was when you lost your dad, you're not thinking like, oh, I could lose this person. You probably are like, oh, I could lose your drug, but it's not resonating with you. Like, it's not sitting with you like, yo, life is really short. And once they gone, it ain't no coming back. You're not thinking like that when you that age. Right. So it's just like now once you lose somebody, you start thinking of things differently. Like, I know now life is precious. Yeah. I know now you can't harbor feelings. I know now if I have something to say, I say it. Because now, losing so many people, if somebody is on my mind, I don't give a fuck if it's just like literally just cross my mind. I call them. Because I know now, like, damn, you could be going tomorrow and it's like, damn, I was just thinking about you. I should have just called you. I should have just did it. So, like, when you lose people, it's just like you can't beat yourself up about how you felt when you was 18, 19 years old because you didn't really know any better. Right. So I know that's something that probably eat you up.
No, I've definitely lived with guilt majority of my life until, like, recently, like, I had to forgive myself for being the way I was. And I'm also, like, again, this past week, because I caught myself doing it. like caught myself like, I don't care. Like, if you don't want to talk to me, don't talk to me. I could care less. But then it's like, it's so much easier. But then it's like, you do care. Like, why would you talk to somebody like that? You do care. And then it's like, you do so much work on yourself. And then it's like these little pieces of the old you pop out. And you're like, oh, there she is again. Like, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, they call me mean.
They do. Yo, everybody, they'll be like, Shanice is the mean sister.
I mean. And it's like, I'll be like, I don't care. Like, I don't care, but it's just like, even my mother, like, she was like yesterday, she was like, oh, I don't want to say nothing because I don't like that they feel like that around me. Like, they won't address certain things they know I mean, or like, oh, you just don't care about nothing. But I don't know why I'm like that. I don't have a trigger. Like, oh, well, I only feel like that because I don't have a trigger. I'm not going to say that's just how I am because that's selfish, but I acknowledge that I'm
Do you feel
not
like
that nice.
When you were younger, you always had a voice? Or you weren't allowed to talk?
I probably was more scared. My grandmother was mean.
So that's what I'm saying. So it's like sometimes when we're not allowed, because I had that issue, like we're not allowed because you're taught, like I'm sure a lot of people were taught, like respect your elders, like you don't talk about how you feel, like this is how it is, like, or you can like try to express yourself and they'll be like, you know, you're a kid, so you don't have no like validity.
There was a lot of yelling.
Right. And
there was so much yelling and not like just around. So I was very like, I played the back and it was just like, okay. But I also like when my mother yelling, because Freshie can yell. But when my mother yelling at some of the stuff I watched her yell at, it was her standing up for herself. And that taught me to stand up for myself. That's why I tell my son's father all the time, like, I want him to see me in an aggressive manner sometime when I'm standing up for myself because I don't want him to ever think that it's okay to let people push over on him.
And I think that's another, like, very big topic. We talk about submissive and like, being submissive and dominant. Feminine and masculine energy. Things like that, right? And I feel like we struggle with it. And I said it last time, but I don't think I articulated it properly. Like, not that I don't get masculine men. They're very masculine and they're very like they're they're man's men, right? But it's hard for me sometimes to be submissive or to be feminine without feeling in the back of my head like you're gonna know you can't play with me. Like you're gonna know I ain't no punk. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not no sit and duck and cry type of bitch. Like I'm not no pushover.
I could be a pushover sometimes.
You're going to know you can't fuck with me.
I could definitely be a pushover.
Rather than if I'm truly in my feminine energy or being submissive and allowing a man to be the leader how I say that I want, being able to say like, you know what? I know you have enough knowledge to know what type of woman I am that you won't fuck this up. Rather than being like, boy, don't play with me. Like
my I don't want to say like my meanness, but my aggressiveness doesn't even just go with men because I could be a pushover sometimes when it comes to men. I'm not even going to sit here and lie like I'm the hardest, toughest bitch that nigga. No, I'm not. Sometimes men do push over and I got to kind of push back like, all right, Shanice, this is not even you. Get your shit together. But in life, like watching my mother be, and I have to really watch what I say with y'all because y'all like to pick and choose how y'all take things. So like when I say I'm watching my mother be aggressive and sometimes I want my son to see me being aggressive and standing up for myself. That's in life. That's not against his father. That's like in life general. I watch my mother stand up for herself in the street. Nobody like in the doctor's office even. I remember my mother in the doctor, like y'all not gonna skip my kids. Literally watching people like stuff like that. So now as an adult, it's just like I'm not a pushover.
It's that fucking lip.
I know. I can't put my lips.
She can't even.
I'm not a pushover, so it's just like I really like for my son to see like, okay, certain things that you just can't let slide. And of course his father's there. His father teaches him certain things, but like, you know, I want him to have in life a strong woman when he grows up. Like, you know, don't date no girl that's a pushover and don't feel like you can do certain things to certain, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know where the mean thing came from with me. It probably is like feeling like I don't have a voice, not having a voice. My grandmother was mean. My mother hates to hear that, but my grandmother was mean. I was very like timid. I used to hate to go to her house because I used to have to like, she was just mean to me. She was nice to my sister. She was mean to me. So
Vita's like, I'm recording. She's like, okay, shout me out. My girl.
But
No, I think that's where a lot of it, because the way you mentioned like yelling, I was raised in a yelling environment, you know, like, and I hate to say sometimes, because I'll say like, you know, I was raised in survival. That doesn't mean that there wasn't love in my household.
right.
There was love in my household, but we were raised to survive. Like, we were put through circumstances that God put us through. You know, when they be like, oh, the strongest soldiers go through the biggest battle. Like, we have been put through things that we had to survive. Mm-hmm. Like, talking to each other and yelling was considered normal for us. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you grow up and that's how you talk in your household.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person no more. Like, I don't want to be able to, like, every time something goes wrong, my initial reaction is to, like, jump through the window. Yeah. Like, start yelling or be like, and you can go. Mm-hmm. Why? Like, why is that your initial reaction to, instead of just being like, you know, you want to talk about that? Like,
you got to unteach yourself a lot of stuff.
Though. Yo, and like, it's like, we need to be honest. I'm
learning to unlearn a lot of things that I've watched growing up thinking that was okay.
You know what was my biggest, it's still very hard for me, because it's like, you're unlearning how you were raised and like things you were taught and like things we consider normal, right? You have this guilt of like, if I'm saying that this isn't normal, that's basically saying like my family did a bad job or like they messed up, where it's like, I could know I had great parents, but also accept they're still human and they made mistakes. Yeah. Like, we're just passing down tradition. So it's like, they were raised by seeing people yell at each other. So they raised us yelling at each other. Yeah. To understand and accept and know the difference between like, you know, yes, that's my mom and that's my dad. And I have to, you know, we look at our parents to be superheroes, but they are human. Mm-hmm. Like, they're just making mistakes and they're just going with what they thought was normal. Mm-hmm. And I saw it too, like when I was in, you know, a serious relationship, living together, and our ways of like handling conflict were very unhealthy, but we both came from unhealthy backgrounds. Mm-hmm. So it's like, of course we don't know how to properly be like, absolutely not. Like, let's talk about it. Let's fix this. We're too busy. Whose ego is bigger?
Yeah. I'm not like that. I'm a very, very good communicator.
You really are.
I communicate well. And if I can't communicate with you, I don't talk at all. I let you have it. You can have it. Because I'm not about this. I don't not get into yelling matches with anybody. Like, I was with my son's father for 7 years. And in the beginning of that, like the first 2 or 3 years, it was a lot of, like, I would like be physical with him because I didn't know how to express. Like, I used to take a lot of triggers from my previous relationship, like, oh, you triggering me now, and immediately get to swinging. So I had to learn to stop doing that because, like, this man is not being aggressive with me, so let me learn how to talk to him. Mm-hmm. At the point where I would talk, and I felt like he wasn't listening. Then we got to a point where it's like, okay, now we are able to communicate without yelling. So now I just communicate in life by talking first, except for that bitch in Stop and Shop, who slammed my cherries down.
Yo, I really thought we was gonna get a shake in his freaking shop.
Yo, but I'm a good. I communicated well with that girl, and she slammed my cherries. She slammed the cherries so hard the shit started coming out the bag. What? You know, communication here. Off. I said, let's go to another register before I knock this bitch head off. But I'm a good communicator I feel like in any situation, I communicate very well. So to get me to a place, like, and this is the difference between me and you, to get me to a place where I feel like I'm going to say things that's going to hurt you, I had to really think about that. I had to really, really, like, if I say something that I know I might regret or I know that I can't take back, just know I said it and I meant that shit from the core, because I don't say things to hurt people. I don't do that. So if I do, I meant that shit and I don't want to take it back. Yeah. And you just get triggered. You be like,
oh, fuck you there.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, it takes a lot to get there though. So it's like you working on yourself. You'll be there. And then if you dating somebody like who's not supposed to bring that out of you. Because like if somebody's bringing that side of you out.
And then that's another thing. It's like, is it me or is it I'm not supposed to be with you?
Yeah, like because
I know I got my own issues. Get me? But it's like, if this person is triggering me and triggering all those things, is it really me or is it really I shouldn't be doing this with you because you're able to bring this out of me?
I think that sometimes it's like it could be you being what's the word I'm looking for? When you got on a hoodie today. My girl don't.
Well, I had to.
And I'm not even cold, so you got to be hot.
Promo.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, you have a hoodie on and the air's not on. That's crazy. But I feel like sometimes you get put, like, you might be in a situation with somebody who may be triggering to you, and sometimes it do be you not knowing how to react because you reacted from a place of, I've been here before and I see what you're doing. Yeah. But it takes a certain type of person to be like, Kim, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not the person from before. Like, for real, it does.
God, you hurt?
No, for real. So, like, let's say, for instance, just in general, let's say 2 relationships ago, somebody would do something that would instantly trigger you to yell and scream and to be combative. Then after that relationship, somebody says something that triggered you, and now you're yelling and screaming and being combative. And this person is not like, Kim, I'm not here to hurt you. Their instant reaction is to react to your reaction instead of saying, Kim, listen, I'm not here to hurt you. I want to talk to you. That's what you need right now. You don't need somebody to be like...
You see me? I melted just when you said
No, for real, because I always think about a certain person when I think about this with you. But it's a certain type of person is going to bring out a softer version of you. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. How you know? Because you don't always think that way, right? But I think that it's a certain type of person that will really sit down and be like, listen, I don't want to hurt you and I don't want you to hurt me. So you need to get rid of this. This is your problem. I'm not here to do that to you. So let's hash this out. Let's throw that out the window, and we're not going to revisit this. You definitely need somebody to put their foot down. We're not revisiting this.
And, like, be a leader and be dominant, but don't be controlling. Like, be able to lead me and then, like, lead me into being, like, soft and being like, I can trust you.
The thing with you is, like I said, it's some stuff that triggers you. They react to your trigger instead of saying, all right, Kim, listen, I'm not trying to hurt you. You taking it the wrong way. And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful when I'm telling you taking it the wrong way. But I'm not here to bring up old things and make them resurface. And I know that that's hard for you. Because let's be real. Not a lot of people, but if you dating somebody, they kind of know what you already been through. Yeah. So if you looking at it and you really trying to get to know me, then you going to know, like, I could see how that may have hurt her. If you voice it, like, you did this and I didn't like it, and they ignore it, then that's not the person for you. Yeah. So you kind of just got to, you kind of need somebody who's not reacting to your triggers. Yeah. And you kind of got to not be so triggered by certain things.
For sure.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. That was actually, I don't know. Yo, we have been winging it, but this is like my therapy. Like, your best friends and talking to your best friends sometimes is all the therapy you need. Yeah. Like, I do go to therapy, but then it's like, I'm constantly, working on myself because it's like I have these honest conversations with my friends. I have honest conversations with myself, like not sitting here like, oh, well, I'm doing the work and I'm perfect. No, some days are not good. Yeah. Some weeks are not good. Some, like it's not always going to be good. But
every day I'm sitting here fighting through whatever is happening. It's not a storm, but I told y'all 2 episodes ago, something is happening. Right. I'm not sure, and it is still happening. So, see us at the top.
But on the next episode, we might have a guest, so that would be different. Yeah. But like, subscribe, follow, comment, whatever you want to hear next.
The link for the sweatsuit will be in the description. Don't forget to follow our personal pages to get your trucking insurance, get your bundles, and get your hair braided. All that information will be in the description. But see y'all next week.
Bye.